right, welcome back. Another episode of the Rough Rigs podcast.
Certainly is. We're here.
We are, barely, but we made it.
Quickly, before we get into proceedings.
Yes.
For those who don't know, we spoke about it quickly. I had my bucks.
Yes.
I don't know how the fuck you're here. Or breathing, or not paralytic.
Mate, just doing the thing for the people, you know, looking after the people who need me, and I'm here for them.
Now, I'll say this, and this is zero mayo, and I'm talking absolutely no mayo. I'll run you through Will's Friday, drinking-wise, at the Bucks. We went to golf, but before that, we went to Pie in the Sky. Will got a pie, a donut, and a cake.
Breakfast of champions.
All demolished, mind you. Then we head to golf. He gave us 4 beers for the front 9, which, you know, fair enough. And then I think you grabbed
got to stay hydrated.
Was it 4 or 5 in the back 9?
Yeah.
So you're up to 8 or 9 beers, and we haven't even really got to the Airbnb yet. I seriously think you've drunk 50 drinks, alcoholic, across from Friday to Sunday night.
Yeah. Look, I haven't run the numbers.
That's no mayo. Like that, it's at least 45.
Yeah.
After that, it's like, take your pick.
I was waiting for you at the pub, mate. You never showed up.
Mate, I was... Hey, see that Sailor Jerry? Me and that Sailor Jerry had a grand old time here. Especially once the Sharks lost. Yeah, he got a... See where the sticker is of her, like, her ankles?
Yep.
That's where it was. After the Sharks game. That's where it is. Probably like 6 shots there for people that are wondering.
Not bad.
Not much left in it. It was a great weekend, but how was your weekend from your point of view?
From my point of view, I had a great time.
You would have the fucking beer goggles on all weekend.
Not really. I was.
You're good at pacing.
I was pretty calm. Yeah,
You're a pacer.
I'm a good pacer.
Oh, mind you, we had like 5 donuts that day too.
Yeah,
and a
well, that soaks in all the alcohol as well.
Fuck me, your gut must be like the Iron Chef gut of guts.
No.
All right, continue with your point of view.
Well, golf was good.
Yep.
Once I learned how to hit the ball.
You had some good teachers.
Yeah, very good teachers.
They were hitting them well towards the end.
I kind of found my groove.
Yep.
And
quite
enjoyed that. Yeah. Driving was good. Iron's still a little bit shaky.
Yep.
Putting was no good.
Which I'm surprised about. I thought you'd have a bit of good touch heading into the putting green.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know.
It's a weird one.
I've played golf before, or not much, but like once or twice. And like my putting's normally pretty good. It's everything else that's shit.
You had good teachers.
Yeah. Maybe it was the green. It was a tough green.
It was actually quick. If you tap that...
That was the thing. That was the thing all weekend. I just had too much strength. Like, even when we were doing lawn bowls. It was,
you and Josh, dude.
I couldn't work out just gentle. It was just running too quick.
Too aggressive.
I'm used to like the shit fucking greens that, you know, around here that
heavy too.
You've got to swing pretty hard to get anywhere. So
yeah.
But no, very good. Lots of drink, as you said. Got to stay hydrated.
I don't know how the fuck you went.
Donuts, cookies,
Thai. Didn't you get Thai as well?
Yeah, I had some Thai.
Bit of Thai.
I don't normally like Thai, and I was impressed. Got a bit of satay chicken.
Yep.
Not much chicken, which was disappointing.
Yeah, exactly. Saying the same thing.
Need more chicken, but you win some, you lose more.
Yeah. You won a lot that weekend.
Got a good win though. Got a good win.
Yep.
Shout out to the Newcastle Knights.
Massive win.
Covered the line. Got the unders.
What about Josh? A bit of, I don't know about his fucking red and blue goggles, mate.
Nah, I liked it.
They're in full effect there. The old gay guy send off. He thought, if you pause it, he doesn't actually hold him back for 4 seconds. Well, yeah, that's how pausing something happens.
If you pause it before he's put a hand on him, you'll see like
it's fine.
It's fine.
The way he was kept, dude, I couldn't believe that.
I rate it though. I rate it.
He was trying to be, and the boys got around him once they won.
Yeah,
the boys really lifted.
As they should.
Come down with the jersey on. He was loving it.
I thought you boys would go harder.
Can I say that Coke and whiskey me and Matt were having sent me for 6. I remember standing up after the second one. Mind you, they were like that both times, like 50-50. After that second one, I was struggling. I'll be honest. I had to go out there, pop a few mints. Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
Even at the cricket, when you were at the front, watching it with Matt, I'm like, dude, I still feel tipsy like this. Yeah. Thanks, Matt. He spiked that second one. I'm convinced.
He's got a little potion out.
Like I should have just
ready
kept
to
being
go.
the CCs and stuff. Yeah, but it was. It
It was when you switch up. You don't switch
true.
up. Yeah.
I went from what the pub beers or whatever they were,
Yeah.
the gingers,
Yeah.
into one beer, into those Korean sodas, into CCs,
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah. See, too much mix.
Yeah,
That's what
a
fucks you.
lot. Yeah.
You change once and then that's it.
Yeah,
I
another
reckon.
iron gut like you can just give him 10 different spirits and he'll just keep on. You're like a chug boat. You just keep chugging along, dude. You just keep, I don't know how you do it. But yeah, that was my bucks.
Yes.
It happened.
It's good night. Nights.
It was fun. Fun
Multiple
nights.
nights.
How was your fishing? No catches?
No catches, no bites. Didn't even get the line in the water.
Well, great time fishing, really. You did everything fishing requires, drinking, sitting,
Yeah.
snacking, except for the fishing,
Yeah.
as you've spoken about.
Yeah. I was going to give someone the donut, put the donut on the line and use that as bait, but then I didn't want to give up my donut.
They must be will fishers, dude.
I'll tell you what, the bait's overrated.
Just put whatever.
But like I've gone fishing and you get all the fancy bait and everything and just like the fisherman specials.
Yep.
And you get nothing. You put a bit of salami on the end of the line and you fucking pull up a massive flathead. Like it just
Bit of
bit of
cabanossi.
salami, cabanossi, bit of cheese.
Yep.
All the good stuff.
Make up a security board.
Like the end of the sausage, you chuck that on the line. They love it.
Yep.
The way I see it, like if it's good enough for you to, it's like a dog, right? There's dog food.
Yeah.
But you give a dog human food, they fucking froth over
Yeah,
it.
but
They're not saying, nah, I'd prefer the dog food.
It's not
thanks.
good for him, but
It doesn't matter if it's not good for him. You're trying to catch him.
what, the dog? What the fuck?
Let the dogs have. I'll tell you what, dogs, give them some human food. I reckon.
Yeah, they love it.
They love it.
They fucking love it. Of course. All the preservatives are fucking not good for you.
Yeah.
They're like us, dude.
Yeah, but they love it.
Yep.
So, and that's all that matters. Keep your dogs happy. Feed them human foods.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. Like my dog, she's dead now, but she used to get Maccas all the time.
Jesus Christ.
That's probably why she's dead.
Probably. It's probably the 6 cheeseburgers.
Yeah, she used to. I'd get I don't like the pickles, so she'd get the pickles out of the burger.
Lucky her.
She loved
Just
it.
straight salt.
And then over summer she'd get a couple of beers around the pool.
Jesus Christ.
Again, that's probably why she's dead.
Jesus Christ.
She loved her beers. Anyway,
Anyways, we'll get on to the drink of the week.
speaking of drinking,
I am shocked this isn't like just a Macca's Coke.
no.
And I'm shocked that you've got a 6%er.
Well, that's why I haven't had these yet. Believe it or not. Obviously
You would still be-
obviously had the hard solos,
You
but the
would still
hard.
have
This
it.
is for those listening. It's a hard rated 6% hard solos. I refuse to call it hard rated, but
Mate, you'd still have alcohol in your system. I'm almost certain.
1.6 standard drinks. Can you believe it? It's a smaller can too. So I'm looking forward to this.
This might not get consumed because, let's just say me and the Sailor Jerry were not mates at 10:30 on the Sunday.
That's all right. You've had a couple of days to recover.
Yeah, but the age, you see.
Mm.
I think when you hit 28, 29, I don't think you could ever do that again. That might have been your biggest end of all time.
Oh no, I've done big. I was
Bullshit.
taking it easy.
And I just think maybe the stairs helped you. Up the 35 stairs to get your next drink.
Yeah.
Down the 35 stairs to come back.
By the time I was back, I fucking burn out all my calories, so it was good.
You sweat out all the
I sweat
piss.
out all. I was sober again.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get into it.
Ooh. That's better than I thought. I thought
It's more
you'd
mentholy.
yeah. I thought you'd just get a fucking knock your fucking face off with ethanol, but it's
It still does at the end.
a little
but
bit.
It's not that bad.
But it's not as bad as what I was expecting.
No, I agree.
It's actually more consumable than I thought.
I reckon you've still got the taste for it on your lips. Yeah, by that scale.
Oh yeah. I like that actually. That's good.
Uh-oh.
I reckon that's I'd rather that than the
Of course you
the
would, because it
normal
gets you
ones.
pissed quicker.
And the small I don't know, something about holding it in your hand. It's just
I think it's more like
it feels better.
you're going to get pissed quicker too.
It's just
Less
a better
liquid.
vibe.
We actually spoke about your sugar intake over the weekend. That I would hate to be like
Like I'm halfway done and it's
your sugar intake over last weekend would have been
Yeah.
phenomenal.
yeah.
No, dude. What are you giving that?
No, I'd give it a.
I still like the regular one, but I do
I'd
see
give it an
where,
8.
I do see where you come from. I'm going to give that a 7.
I reckon the I'll never have the older one again. I'll never have the normal
How
one
much
again.
of that? How much is that for a 4?
I think it was about $25. 4-pack. He's nice, the guy at the BWS. They got they've got an app they were telling me about.
You'll be on that.
I don't have the app, but he's given me a
Yet.
QR code. He's like, mate, when you get home, download it, get some good deals into you. So I'll be doing that.
Yep.
But
He sees a
but
big-
he was nice. He's like, now I'll tell you what, I'll look after you, and I'll just put it through anyway as a special. That you're meant to have the app special. I didn't
Yeah.
have the app. He's like, it's all right.
He's got you in, mate.
Well, let's like. Well, he sees me all the time.
He knows a drinker when he
We're
sees
good
one.
mates. Yeah, I like that. That's tastes very, very similar.
Good drop.
I would say it almost tastes better.
I just
The
don't like the hit
original.
of menthol, right? Like that mentholy,
But you get that anyway in the
but
in
not
the
a,
original.
not as
I don't know.
boom as that.
I reckon I'd like a normal one to compare the pair.
What would you look at this?
But from my memory, I reckon it's just as much of an aftertaste. I don't think it's any worse.
That's your go-to now.
You just, I don't know, everything about it. I like the feel. I'm surprised the difference.
He's a
the
big feel guy.
I like a good feel, and this is
You and Dylan Brown are getting a bit too acquainted too well, are you?
the only thing I don't like is the white. I don't like the white.
They're just highlighting
Beam?
that it's 6%, mate.
I want something a bit more dramatic. I want a red, something dangerous, you know.
Yeah.
But
Do you have anyone to thank for this beautiful?
we do. We
Job.
have. Speaking of dangerous, the inclusion crew. They are a dangerous breed of assistants. if you have a disability, they will assist you in your needs.
you didn't
I don't know.
tag, didn't you?
I was trying to make it work.
We just
and
want
it
to say a
didn't-
big
it didn't
thank you to
work.
the inclusion crew
Yeah.
for all or any of your disability service care needs, plans, shopping, footy, even just going to the pub on a Friday night.
Yeah.
You
I
need
might hit them up.
You would have needed it over the weekend. You need a staff member. You need someone to support you. That's who you go to.
And they've got it all covered. They've got the transportation.
Yep, they got the van.
The vans.
with the
yep.
accessible ramp.
Yep.
Motorized ramps. And all this, jacking up the
That's it.
jack.
Just make it easy.
Pressing a button up, you go, in you go.
That's it. No mucking
All
around.
locks, you're all safe, covered, sealed. So
Bulletproof.
they have all social media.
Yes.
And we want to just thank them for continuously supporting the show.
Yeah. So if you or someone you know wants disability assistance for anything, any kind of assistance, they do it all. From your 24/7 support to your just one day off, special events, things like that.
Yep.
You just wanted someone to hang out with you, they'll do it all. So visit theinclusioncrew.com.au. Wonderful people, wonderful business. They are doing
Great things
great things
in the disability sector.
for all of the sectors.
Thank you.
Thanks to the Inclusion Crew.
Yep. Should we get into the round that was?
Let's get on to it. So, the one that was... Should we talk about Origin first? Because we haven't had an episode
haven't,
since
have we?
Origin. And I probably owe Billy a little bit of an apology. Because
Fucking no.
I fucking gave it to him and said
Good.
the team was shit. And they turned around and won. Now, to be fair, I think New South Wales lost it more than Queensland won it. I thought the penalty count... a lot of talk going on about the refereeing and how poor it
Yep.
was. I thought it was pretty poor. Now, I agree with a lot of the penalties. I'm not saying that the penalties shouldn't have been awarded, but to say that Queensland were faultless,
in that first half.
yeah.
9-0.
That they conceded 2 penalties. One was for an offside, which is fucking blatant, and the second one was for something else that was blatant. It wasn't any kind of offsides or anything like that.
Yep.
It was the one that we challenged. That was the other penalty. So
Yep.
they didn't even give it to us. We had to
had to earn
fight.
it.
We had to fight for
Yeah,
it.
fight for it.
Yeah, they were offside all night. I thought.
Both
to be
teams
honest,
are.
both
That's
teams.
every Origin.
But yeah, you can't just pick one side and penalise them and then leave the other side fine. That was my issue with it.
I rewatched the first half many days later just to see if I was being a blue glasses loser. 6 of them, fair enough.
Yeah.
6 of them I completely and utterly agree with. Like, stupid, offside,
Yeah.
head high shot. 3 of them I disagree with. And they were 3 50-50s. Ones that normally are sort of just like, we'll let that go. Like the one where it was 4th tackle. They didn't call Latrell offside. The ref for the touchy. Latrell made the tackle. Then they called an offside penalty. They didn't even give him the chance to pull away on the 4th tackle. Queensland was stuck down the right edge.
What about the one where they dropped the ball and then everyone just kind of like stood still for like 10 seconds and then they blew a penalty for offside? That was weird.
6 of them I completely agree with. But as you said, I think the glaring point for that first half was no way was Queensland perfect when it comes to indiscretions.
Yeah.
No way is any footy side. It's impossible with the speed, especially with the speed of how that first half was. You're telling me you couldn't find nothing wrong with it? And look, it lost us the game, but I also agree we were way more ill-disciplined than Queensland.
Yes.
But I think if we...
And I've said for a long time, penalty counts shouldn't be even. Like
Never.
People
They
that
never should
argue
be
that
even.
penalty
Never.
counts are one-sided, that's because one team's more disciplined than the other.
Yep.
But in this instance, I think that, you know...
You can't say they were perfect.
The penalty count should have well and truly been in favour of Queensland because New South Wales
Easily.
were the more indisciplined team. But I think there should have been a few for Queensland. That's what I think.
Look, I agree with you massively. I think Cleary not kicking is a massive concern.
I was worried from the first set, to be honest.
He didn't want to
where
kick.
Luai took
busted.
the first kick. It went out on the full. And I'm sitting there watching, like, why is Luai doing the first kick of the game? Like, what's wrong? And then, you know, then Latrell, he started kicking. And
got a big boot,
I
eh?
did not understand why they picked Cleary, to be honest. I'm sitting there watching, like, if he's not kicking, why is he in the side?
Or if he's hurt,
Like, what's the point of having it?
Don't do
your
that to him.
halfback that can't kick. It's pointless.
in a possible closeout game, you'd rather someone, even if they're lesser of a player than Cleary,
Yeah.
at 100% fitness.
With all due respect to Cleary, his greatest asset is his kicking game.
Yep. Agreed.
So if you take that away from him, you don't let him kick. He doesn't offer that much. Like, you might as well just have.
You still want him there, but you're right. You take away.
But you
his
might as well
kick.
have a Matt Burton or someone else that's going to kick and he's going to offer you a lot more with the
100%.
kicking game.
My thing is availability is the best availability, and he was what? He was 70%. You'd say. You take away a third of his game, the kicking. He offers you what? Organising, and he ran the odd time when he got caught because he was just a bit too slow.
Yeah.
Like Haas got away with it, same injury, quad or whatever, calf.
Yeah.
Haas gets away with it because he's a different breed.
Yeah.
Like he's just and his job is a lot less refined. He just runs the ball, plays it quick, gets back in the line.
Yeah.
Whereas Cleary has to do a lot more. Make sure the boys are on side, make sure to jam.
Yeah.
Make sure to make that first tackle off the kick. Like, you know, there's a lot to it. So I don't know what they're going to do there. I hope he can
Well, he's been named this week, so he seems fit.
Needle him up.
Fit enough anyway.
God
But
damn.
if he wasn't, who'd you have?
Fuck. Burton, Katoa, Hines. Pick one. Anyone. They're all sort of similar. Burton's got the best kicking. You wouldn't want to put Katoa in first game as a decider because if he plays poor, you know he's just going to get some abuse. They're not going to pick Hines because the whole state hates him. But we need health. We need someone 100%.
I
Burton would be my
think,
first choice.
I don't think you can pick Hines the way he's playing, to be honest. I would have
It's got to be Burton. then.
Burton and Luai. I don't like as a combination. I think they're 2 5'8s, 2 running 5'8s.
But he's the best available.
I think I'd be looking at Katoa is probably the form 7 of the comp at the moment. Or if you want the experience, you go Adam Reynolds.
Joe, I forgot about Adam Reynolds. Actually, Adam Reynolds might be the best if healthy. Again, he's another one that every week he's hobbling.
He's got to be 100% to pick him.
He's got.
You
He's
wouldn't. You
hobbling
would. I wouldn't pick him at 80%. He's got to be 100%. But he's got the kicking game that you'd lack with a Cleary out. You need someone to fill those boots, and I think he's the best one in terms of his kicking game.
But remember when we had the luxury of like Wade Graham? Like if someone got hurt in the middle, he would just slot in there until they were good.
Well, I think there was a couple of games that he actually was the starting 6.
He was like just because
which is insane.
Because we had no one available, everyone was hurt, and it was just like, oh, we have this luxury left foot big kick. Go for it.
Yeah.
Get out the way, everyone. So, yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know who to pick. I have no idea.
What do you make of Queensland?
Losers.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about them. Fuck them. I thought Harry Grant got away with murder.
Yeah.
The one that pissed me off, the penalty that pissed me off the most was Queensland's last try where Munster pulled who's our hooker? Having a mind blank. Robson pulled him across, which made him offside, fair enough.
Yep.
But then they played it on, and then Robson couldn't get around the first marker.
Yeah.
Because he got pulled across, and they scored off it, and he would have been the one going across.
Yep.
Because then Latrell had to make the decision, I have to jam and hope he just doesn't pass it. That one infuriated me because he was onside.
Yeah.
And they called it offside. 6 again, they scored, and I'm sitting there going, little things like that, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man. Help us out, you dogs. That one just infuriated me. Like, proper.
I can tell.
I thought Brian
You're fired
Toto
up.
was fucking the closest thing to a man of the match performance in a losing side you'll ever see. 200 metres, got the ball kicked to him once. One kick return
Yeah.
in 200 metres. Like, I don't know. Fuck Queensland. We're going to fucking bash them next game.
Yeah. I thought as poor as we were and as dominant the field position was because of all the penalties and stuff, I thought that they probably should have done a little bit more than what they did with it.
Yep.
And then I think in that second half, like when kind of it was almost reversed, then New South Wales came back and scored more tries. It was just
Goal kicking
that let us down. But again, in that second half, I didn't think New South Wales were that great either. Like there was still a lot of drop balls, a lot of errors.
We just held the ball and kicked to our corners finally.
Yeah. There was still a lot of errors though. Like I spoke after game one and I said it was a pretty poor Origin game. That was awful game too. I thought the only thing that saved it as a spectacle was New South Wales coming back. That made it entertaining, but on its own, the game was very poor, I thought, in its quality.
Yeah, I was just stressed, even worried about the quality. Like second half, I was just locked in to win and win only.
Yeah.
I
think if you're watching that as a neutral fan, I think you'd be, again, the comeback would make it entertaining.
You would have loved that.
But apart from that, like the actual quality of the game wasn't great. Like it didn't look like you can have an entertaining game from the Dragons up against the Titans if it's close. It can be entertaining. Doesn't mean it's high quality.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was high quality for an Origin game.
I guess that's Origin, but it's not as pretty. I don't know. Maybe
But it's normally high quality. Like I don't necessarily need to see 50 points. Like it can be 8-6 and be entertaining. It can be high quality. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get you. No, I get what you're saying.
I thought the quality, the intensity, it just did not feel like an Origin game to me.
The only thing I hated, because Robson was getting forced to make a million tackles in that first half because we were just getting penalised. And by the 40th, 45th, 50th, he was cooked.
Yeah.
And we had to bring Connor Watson on, and that wasn't ideal because he didn't have his normal... Like, yes, we were coming back, but I think if we could push out Connor Watson to the 60th minute... Before he comes on, I think he makes a difference yet again.
I thought Connor Watson was pretty poor, to be honest.
Yeah,
I thought
because he had to come on early.
When he came on, he was trying to do too much. He just needed to give, there were opportunities where, the halves were crying out for the ball on the left, and he went right 3 times in a row when there was nothing. There was no overlap, nothing doing. It just give it to your playmakers and don't overplay your hand. I think he just got a bit carried away trying to come in and make the difference straight away and trying to make it trying to do it all himself where he didn't need to.
Yep.
Which I thought was probably cost us an opportunity or two.
How good was Luai and Latrell? Their combo was weirdly so good for a week's worth of training.
Yeah,
they were so silky on a short pass or a cutout. They barely missed the mark. Them two individually.
Yeah.
For whatever, Toto went untouched twice.
The combination was pretty good.
It was so good.
I thought Luai as a whole was a little bit poor.
His short kicking game is so good.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Second half.
I thought Luai, look, he wasn't bad, I don't think. I wouldn't say he was bad, but I don't think he was great either. I thought he was
I sort of thought he was one of our better ones. Take away the forwards. Playmaking wise, the kick to Crichton, the kick for the first try. Yes, it hit a Queensland player, but...
I mean, the first try was luck.
You need that luck, though.
He absolutely... he barely kicked it.
Hey, tries a try.
I not saying it wasn't, but I don't think it was exactly a great play from him.
I do. 6 points. I'll take 6 points if it's like a volleyball set. You know, I don't know. Take what you can get in that sort of arena.
Oh, I'm taking it, but I still don't think it was a great
I
play.
thought he was better than Cleary.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
agree with that.
leaps and bounds,
I agree with
but
that. Yeah.
Every time I went left, it looked so fluent, so perfect. Then we started going right. I'm like, why are we doing this? If it's not a Lomax bomb, stop doing it.
Yeah, I thought Lomax was pretty poor as well.
Yeah, he just didn't get up like he was first game.
Yeah, just didn't quite have the carries that he
I hope his
he
foot's
did.
not cooked because he wasn't. And actually, I have a bit of a gripe with him. Before we move off, the last thing I'll say, that elbow might have been the dumbest shit I've ever seen in the Origin arena in recent history. That was so fucking stupid.
I agree, but I also think that it wasn't as deliberate.
It was
as
deliberate.
what-
I don't think he meant to hit him that hard.
I think he's just trying to get him off him.
Because Lomax does this every week. He's always throwing something to get the marker out the way. It's so stupid, but it's stupid. You got to admit, it was stupid.
Yeah. Look, Queensland were lying all over him. It should have been a penalty for
It should
that.
have, 100%. But then
So he was trying to get up. He wouldn't get off him, and he just kind of. It's not like he turned around, looked at him, and just belted him in the head.
He knew he was
he's
there.
trying to get up. He's trying to push him out of the way. I don't think it was meant to be an elbow. I think it was more meant to just be pushing him out of the way with his
I think he was going for a
hand or with his
forearm.
forearm.
But don't be swinging that hard.
It wasn't meant to be the point of the elbow to the fucking temple.
Yeah.
I don't think.
It's just silly, but like you know he's there. Either let the ref call it because they haven't been calling it. So, bro, yeah, I don't want to talk about it because the ruck speed was fucking atrocious both ways. It was
Yeah.
so slow. I think there'll be a bit of a pre-meeting for game 3. Like, speed up the ruck, both sides, please, because we were laying on them, they were laying on us.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking play some ball.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my thoughts. We're gonna flog them. We're gonna fuck. I thought Critter was poor, but that's it. The end.
Yeah.
Let's get on to the footy because I'll get sad. Fuck
All right.
Queensland. We could have fucking 2-0'd them. Got all these debutantes in for the future. Fuck.
Bunch of grubs, so you can't say that though.
Oh yeah, fuck. That's bullshit. We'll talk about that after the fucking round.
Talk about it now.
If we're getting to the point where we can't call someone a grub in the Origin arena, I think we just need to say nothing. Have no build up, have no glass houses, have no jabs. Don't say a word. Let's all be respectful and pretend like we like one another and let the players like Liam Martin, Munster hate each other. Let's like Critter throw elbows. Let's fucking let Lomax just punch someone in the head. Like it's the word grub. Like grow the fuck
Yeah.
up.
The way you kind of.
Gordy, tell us, shut up. Like have you heard what he's been yarning this week?
Yeah.
They shouldn't be saying that. Shut up, Gordy. I'd hate to think the shit you were saying. You CT-ridden fucking fuckhead.
Yeah, no. The way you tried to turn it on to how
Oh, the Paul
Paul
Green.
Green that was I thought very poor from
That's
Billy.
just idiotic.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah.
He died. He pretty much he committed suicide because of the. No one knows, mate. It was mental health.
Yeah,
Like, let's leave it at that. Let's not bring up someone like. Oh, I found that so poor.
yeah. Yeah,
Billy.
I think he wishes he had that moment again. He's come out and he's apologised, and
Mate.
but it seemed very premeditated
He knew what he was
for
written down.
saying that. Like he had a lot to say about it for something that was off the cuff. Like it obviously, I don't know. He was obviously upset by being called a grub, which I don't understand. Like he was a bit of a grub when he
Billy,
played.
you kick people in the head.
Yeah,
You would flat out shoulder charge people when they were scoring a try in the skull.
yeah.
You missed the
that's it.
grand final because of it.
Yeah, but some people when they play they're a bit grubby.
And that's fine.
Billy was one of those players. New South Wales had plenty of them.
We have a million.
So like you had Bird, you had Gallen, you had some of the biggest grubs of
whole
all
team.
time.
The whole
They
team.
were grubs, and that's okay.
We needed it.
It's
Maloney.
it's not some. And I think the way
Hodkinson.
Billy was trying to bring it into it was judging his character. It wasn't anything. I think it was just a comment made by Aaron Woods, who was a bit of a grub himself,
Exactly.
mind you.
And he said that. If you watch the interview, he said, I am also a piece of shit.
But it was a comment made about how he played on the field, and he was a bit grubby, and that's I thought was the end of it. It
100%.
wasn't.
Quick little jab, move on.
Yeah, it wasn't even a big jab. Like out of all the things that have been said around Origin time, like
Look what Gallon and Nate Miles
Yeah.
used to say to each other every single fucking game.
yeah,
God damn.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on
I
from
don't
that.
know.
Let's,
The Raiders 16 to beat the Tigers 12. We didn't get to watch most of this one because, activities. But the Raiders get the job done. Jed Stewart gets a try, Ricky's son.
yes.
How good's that? That's pretty cool.
Was.
And is he adopted? Because he's like 6'8".
He looks adopted.
He looks tall.
He does.
And adopted.
I haven't seen Ricky's wife.
Miss Ricky.
Mrs. Ricky.
Yeah.
But she's got to be tall. Is she? I don't know. I was going to actually search Mrs. Ricky.
You could have like come up with some weird stuff there.
Ricky Stewart, wife.
Kaylee.
Kaylee Stewart.
Same height.
She got a Wikipedia page.
Same height. In the pics. Or shorter, really. If she's wearing a nice dress, you'd think she's
maybe
in
she's on
heels.
maybe she's on her knees.
Yeah, she's a giant.
Yeah.
She's 6'10".
Well, that's Jed, and Jed's about
maybe
a head bigger than her.
maybe Jed's just broken the cycle. He's created the new gene, mate. Yeah.
Who's tall from the Raiders around that time?
Nah,
Laurie's not real big either.
they're all midgets.
Mal?
No, he's not.
Mal's pretty big.
He's more wide than he's big. Like he looks bigger because of his width, I reckon.
But does he look shorter because he's big?
No, I think he just looks like a big fella.
I reckon he's 6 foot.
He's 6 foot, but I don't think he's like humongous.
He's not Billy Stanlake.
No.
Oh, he's 6 foot exactly.
Yeah, I thought he'd be 6 foot.
Yeah.
Anyways, the Raiders just keep
But
winning.
Ricky's like 5'4".
He's not 5'4". You dick. There's no way he's 5'4".
He's not a tall man. He's 5'9".
5'9". That's like average height. What is it? 5'4". Jesus Christ. You'd be like freaking, I don't even know who's that short.
And Jed Stewart
Maybe old Jed's just broken the cycle. He won't have a Wikipedia.
He doesn't even have a
mate.
Wikipedia page.
Oh, mate.
Does he have a height? 193. So tall.
Anyways.
What's that? 6'4"?
He's
6'2".
6'2" at least.
Yeah. There you go.
Raiders
Tall
keep
men.
getting the job done, eh? Like
Yeah.
they're just winning the gritty games.
Well, they were up 16-0 and then Tigers fought back a little bit and
Huddy Young with the injury. Please watch that space because he was very good for us the other night. Yeah.
no, he's just been rested.
Good.
He's fine.
He's Raiders look the goods.
They
They're
do.
winning the games they should, even if it's close. It's Panthers.
Warriors Panthers in
Yeah.
New Zealand, missing all of their stars.
That's your fault.
Winning 28-18.
Sorry, you said that wrong. Panthers winning 28-18.
I said that.
You said Warriors.
Did I?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. I'm sorry, Warrior fans. I warned you, and I'm sorry. I probably should have changed my tip. The second you pick Warriors.
Yeah, I've always said Warriors can't win in New Zealand. It's
Yeah. You say a lot of things about the Warriors. I think.
Yeah,
it's
I was really confident with the Warriors, to be honest. I thought they were the lock of the week out of any of the teams.
from this
and,
week onwards, a team that has young players coming through, like a lot.
Yeah.
I'm picking them every time. We've seen it with the Sharks and Roosters. Now I've seen it with the Panthers, Warriors.
Yeah.
We've seen it with the Raiders a month ago when there was no Fogarty, no Hudson.
Do you think a lot of it comes down to the other team being a lot more complacent? Like, do you think the Warriors came into this game thinking that it was going to be easy because all the Origin players were out?
Not subconsciously, but subconsciously, yeah, I think they do.
Yeah.
But then the young guys like, fuck, this is the only game I'm going to get all year. I'm just going to kill someone.
Yeah.
And I rewatched the mini, and the Panthers just were trying their guts out. They weren't pretty.
Yeah.
But the young fellas were just ripping and tearing. So from this week onwards, I'm tipping, that.
Because I was obviously we were watching this and
Yep.
I didn't think the Warriors were that poor. I thought the Panthers was really good.
Yeah, I think that just the young fellas were not hungrier because everyone's hungry in the NRL. It's hard to win a game in the NRL, but
Hungry,
they just
hungry
wanted
hippos.
it. They just wanted it. It's
Yeah.
the most simple way to put it. The Newcastle Knights 26 defeat the Dolphins 20.
This is almost game of the round for
Dude,
me.
this was-
I really enjoyed watching this.
Watching this with Josh was just fun. There was emotions. There was gay guy pulling people off. There was
This was
good.
This was a fun game to watch.
Bradman Best, the unlikely hero of Brodie Jones, interchange forward.
46 points for the match for those that cared.
Yeah, there was a lot in that room that cared.
was a lot.
I've never seen fellas cheer.
When the line's 46 and a half, it's
Yeah, I've never seen people cheer for a Dolphins misconversion before. That was quite unique. But yeah, the Knights get the job done. And
Yes.
I'm stoked, proper stoked for 'em. The Dolphins just couldn't get it clicking for whatever reason.
no.
It was a bit of a weird one.
And again,
But
I didn't think the Dolphins were that bad. I thought the Knights was really good.
Ponga still didn't really have his.
Ponga I thought was a bit average, but
He was decent, but he wasn't good.
yeah,
Does that make sense?
I think the Knights just ran through the middle. To be honest,
Oh, mate,
I thought their middles and their forwards were what won it for
The
them.
young middles with all the middles out, they just fucking had a red hot go.
I thought the Hammer was pretty quiet. He didn't quite get involved as what you'd expect.
It probably doesn't. It seems to be that player that doesn't back up well.
Yeah.
Similar to Ponga, he just doesn't have that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Dolphins obviously lost Bostock early, which probably threw them a bit. But
Injuries happen. It's part of the footy.
it is, but it's hard. It is hard to adjust
A winger, I guess.
a winger during the game. You don't cover. It's not like you have a winger on the bench to cover that position.
Maybe
So it
that should be
does.
something they should look into
Maybe.
because it's happening a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Like the Sharks' last 3 games, apart from this week.
But then what happens if your winger doesn't get injured? Do you just waste that spot on the
He
bench?
would have to be like a New South Wales Cup player that is playing in the same countries or state, wherever you are. You would have to figure it out like that. Like they would have had to play New South Wales Cup.
But you're still wasting a spot on your bench.
No, like it would be like a 19th man.
Oh, right.
Because like, how often is this happening? A lot, man. Like
but,
these.
but that wouldn't have made a difference even if you had someone as an 18th man that was a winger. Because
I'm saying
you need 2 HIAs.
But I'm saying they get a free sub on, not a free. It's used as one of your interchanges, but that winger you're carrying or outside back you're carrying can just straight swap with Bostock.
Oh, you're saying this is something the NRL should
Maybe
do?
because it's bro.
Yeah.
Most weeks, most games, there's an outside back getting absolutely folded, sharp.
Or you just you have a bench of 5 or 6
'Cause it's such a
and you can
key-
only pick 4 of them.
Yep, it's such a key.
I've heard that before.
It's
Actually,
such a key position now, bro.
I forget who kind of tossed it up, but if you have like wingers on the bench or something, you can throw them in if there's an injury,
HIA injury, something like look at Preston.
and then not use a second rower, for
Yeah.
example.
Yep.
It's not a bad idea.
Because like look at the example of the Sharks last 3 weeks, injuries on the outside backs.
Yeah.
Sharp this week with the HIA. Hamiso was a bit tight. He stayed on, but you could tell
Yeah.
he had some tightness in the hamstring. It's becoming a bit more prevalent every week. So keep your eyes on that space, I guess.
There you go.
Storm 25 defeat the Rabbits 24
Yeah.
in overtime.
Another good game, actually. I thought.
That was cool.
I thought the Storm were going to absolutely dominate this game.
That's why I tipped Storm by 8.
They started early. Harry Grant was it that scored in
Scored
the
first.
first set, basically,
Yep.
and I thought, well, they're going to win by 70, but they didn't. They won by 1.
Latrell Mitchell's passing to AJ. Fuck me.
Oh yeah, he threw some very
Now,
very
let's talk about-
high quality balls.
He's going
there.
to break the record this year if like he's going under
Yep.
untouched.
Yep.
Untouched. And like the defense knows it's happening.
Yep.
They know it's coming. They can't stop it.
It's kind of crazy. Like he's going to go down as the highest
Try scorer.
try scorer of all time, and he's never played Origin. I don't think he's ever played for Australia. No one really rates him as like a high up there with like the elite
Because he doesn't do
wingers.
the gritty stuff. He's an old school winger.
Yeah,
Make sure you finish your fucking tries.
Yeah.
And he does. Like
Yeah.
right, he does. He still does.
I mean he's scoring tries that anyone can score. Like to be fair,
Yeah,
but
but
to score that many tries, you've got to be good at what you
mate,
do.
he's got some good hands.
Yeah.
Sometimes the balls he would get over the years were poo. And he'd just be grabbing them.
He finishes it. I can't remember a try that he's ever bombed or, there's been
Yeah.
put into touch when it was, half a chance. If there's a 50% chance that he's going to score, he'll score every time. Just
Yeah.
about like,
Think of all the halves combinations he's had to play with over the years.
Yeah.
Like Rabbits have always had interchanging halves.
they've always seemed to dominate like that left hand side. They've
Yep.
always had a strong left side rather than their right side.
Yep, 100%. Latrell's right to left is just a thing of beauty. He reads those 3-on-2s, 4-on-3s so well.
But other wingers don't necessarily do the same. Like when he's been injured a fair bit over the last few years, and when someone comes in, they'll score occasionally, but it's nowhere near the strike
Yeah, of
rate
course.
of Alex Johnson. So it's obviously not just being on that edge. Like he's obviously doing something.
He's a great winger. He's positionally, he's always perfect.
Where do you think, like, by the time he retires, where do you think, like, what's his legacy?
You can't not have him top 10, like
Yeah.
at all. He's going to kill that record by, let's be realistic here. Let's just say 18,
Yeah.
19 tries.
Yeah.
He'll play next year, so he's guaranteed next year's contract. If he's healthy, that's the biggest issue. His health.
Yeah.
If he's healthy, he probably...
He could easily like play another 2 or 3 years and put 50 on it.
And that's the thing. The wingers market isn't exactly a market that's so easy. You sort of have to go out now to find that winger.
Yeah.
Same with centres. You can't just willy-nilly turn someone into a centre. It's a very unique position these days. AJ is the last of a dying breed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He might be the last one there.
Yeah.
He doesn't have 200 metres a game.
Well, I think that's the thing, right? That's kind of killing off like the AJ or Alex Johnson breed of winger, because everyone expects the winger to do the hard yards and early in the tackle count make those 2 or 3 runs, which you do need. It helps the team absolutely, but
he's probably the last one.
Probably as a result, you lose wingers that have like that just out and out finishing abilities.
Yeah. Well, what's that guy from the Titans?
Because you obviously need a winger that's a little bit bigger build.
Yep.
Might not be as agile
100%.
in those try-scoring situations, but they'll make you 20 carries a game. So,
like, Khan Pereira is the closest thing to Johnson I can think of in the modern-day winger.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously, I'm not comparing their speed. It's more their style.
Yeah.
Khan Pereira is not exactly a big meter eater.
No.
But Johnson doesn't ever really make a mistake. They always target him because, he's getting a bit older. They want to force him into the action. But he barely makes a mistake under the high ball. He takes the runs when he needs to take the runs. And he's 99 out of 100 times will score a try. Yeah. Most games. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of that winger for the Titans. He was like folk hall. Everyone loved him. He was one of I think he's their top point scorer.
Anthony Don?
He's like Anthony Don. Anthony Don wouldn't give you these amazing 210 metres and 30 hit-ups. But he would just score tries for fun.
Don is good.
Don is good. Broncos 34 defeat the Sharks 28.
Yeah, I'll let you
battle
talk.
of two halves.
I'll let you talk about this one.
Broncos absolute shit in the first half. Sharks absolute shitter in the second half. I called this on the weekend away. I said one team's going to win 32-34. I was close.
I thought the Sharks would win comfortably.
So did I. First half, I'm licking my lips. Then Katoa decides to fucking...
I had him 13 plus.
Katoa decides to trip over fucking...
That was the dumbest thing. You were saying earlier about how Lomax was the dumbest thing you ever seen in Origin.
Hold on. In Origin.
In Origin,
with context.
Yeah. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen across any sport in my fucking life.
I don't know. Tane Mill might take the cake for that.
Nah.
Mate, Tane Mill, send off 3 times in one game.
Nah, that was just...
No, I can't. I disagree with you.
With 2 seconds left in the clock, what's he thinking?
You're thinking Tane Mill's 3 send-offs in one game, sin bins in one game is less than that. It's not as stupid as that.
That was dumber.
Fuck,
as an incident.
That was dumb as a one-off. I agree. Probably the dumbest we've seen. But overall, Tane Mill wins that with flying colours.
No, I disagree. I think that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen across any sport.
You just hate the Sharks.
I don't hate the Sharks.
You do.
I don't. I just think that was fucking stupid.
Sandpaper Gate was pretty dumb.
It was, but
bookmaking was dumb. I could name
all of it's dumb, but you can see kind of where they were going. Like it was dumb, but like they were trying to get into vet.
God damn.
Like,
fuck Warner. Fuck Bancroft.
Like the Sandpaper Gate. Dumb as fuck, right?
Bricks.
But they were trying to get a win. They were trying to... You can kind of see where their head's at. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking there.
I seriously think he must have thought there was no one on the short side, but why would he... He was stupid. I was so cranky.
It's not like there's 20 minutes to go.
I know.
And the game's locked up.
Yeah, very stupid.
It's 2 seconds left in the second half. Like
I read somewhere that Fitzy took... Because he came in a bit earlier, and there's an insider that must work at the Sharks. He said... Fitzy didn't even come to the coach's room at halftime. Apparently, all they could hear was him fucking scolding Katoa in a private room.
Rightfully so.
In a room, which... Poor Katoa, second game back, but very dumb.
I would be... I can't think of anything dumber. I really can't.
All I got to say, that man is $1 million forward. And... I think this game
he's sensational.
This game opened my eyes to how truly...
And he's injured. He did that during an injury. He went off for like 10 minutes
he was forced to come off.
Yeah, because I thought he was like suffered a really bad injury.
Yeah,
then 5 minutes later he's back on the field.
Tape up, needle up. Like, mate, he is... If the Broncos don't throw the bank book at him, I think literally every single club, I think Eels, Sharks, Storm. I think they're going to have their bank books ready to go.
He won that game for him single-handedly.
Him and Carrigan, they won the game.
Yeah.
That last 22 minutes, unfucking believable.
Yeah.
I mean, they were running at Dean Atkinson, but still, the awareness to just fucking continuously truck nut straight at him.
But the tackle breaks, the offloads,
Unbelievable.
he just keeps going. He has it. I think he played 60 minutes plus. Coming back from Origin,
This could be a big take.
And in Origin, he played big minutes as well. So
this could be a big take. He might go down as the greatest forward ever when it's all said and done.
I think so. I'd agree with that.
I still think there's a few blokes ahead of him. You know, just
Currently,
career right, yeah. But I think all said
by
and
the
done,
end of his career, I think he comfortably, I think,
Brother,
will be the
he's-
best prop of all time.
if he can stay major injury free, mate, good luck. Like he should be a
Like
premiership
when
winner.
you look at kind of the greats of the past, your Lazarus and
Especially Lazarus is the one
and your
for me.
Sam Burgess probably.
Corey Parker's.
I think he's already gone past Corey Parker.
Not for me yet.
No.
Not yet. I want to see him win that premiership.
Yeah.
Build around him. Don't worry about fullbacks. Don't worry about hookers. Just Broncos. If you want to keep this man happy, and he wants to stay there
Yeah.
from all reports, build around him. You know, don't worry about Willison. Don't worry about fucking no one else. Fuck, he's good, man.
What's your thoughts on the Sharks halves?
I don't think the
moment.
halves were the problem yet again. I think they played a poor last 20 minutes. But I think the middle, again, they just switch off. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's Adam Finnell-Blake playing 80 minutes, Brayley playing 80 minutes, and that's it.
Yeah.
Our back rowers, well, T got a blind in the eye. I don't know. That's fucked.
Yeah.
So yet again, we lose another outside back. But we should be winning that. Like, 22-point lead. I don't know. Like, Nico goal kicked well. He kicked, like, well for the short side. Trindle's bombs were good. It's the last 20 minutes of every game that we just fucking fold.
But that's where you need your halves to stand up and
But if the
control the
forwards
game.
aren't going
like-
nowhere, we don't have a long kicking game. Trindle can kick 35 at best.
Yeah.
No, sorry, 40. And Hines can kick 35 at best.
So do you need someone with a better kicking game and get rid of one of your halves?
I think we need a fucking... The coach needs to wake up a bit and select a bench that fits the squad. We don't... This is no disrespect to Atkinson. Why the fuck do we continuously keep picking him at 14, not as a utility? We have massive bodies. If you want to play him in the middle, don't pick him. It's not his fault, the Sharks fans. You will rip it on him this week. Rip it on him. It's not his fault. He's getting told to play a role, and he's trying to. But I'm sorry, no one, not even a forward, can stop paying halves when he's in that mood.
I think he's picked...
For what, though?
I think he's picked if there's injuries to the halves, to the centres, because he can fill in multiple positions. But then when there is no injury, he's kind of
wasted.
wasted, and I feel like the coach kind of needs to put him somewhere, so he puts him in the middle, and it just doesn't work.
But
So I think if you're picking him, he plays if there's an injury, and if there's no injury, I think he stays on the bench and doesn't get on the field.
we're so blessed with like utility type players. We don't need to keep picking an out-and-out utility. My opinion, Colquhoun can be the utility. He plays in the middle first, but he's got the agility of a back rower. If we are that desperate, switch him out to the edge. Like
What is this injury to the halves?
halves, you got to deal with it like every other team does. I would rather take another forward because that was the difference. I thought Toby Rudolph deserved a fucking pat on the back because he should have played a lot more minutes than half those starting forwards. I was so disappointed with our starting forwards because even in the first half they weren't that good.
Yeah.
It was Sione Katoa, it was Ronaldo, it was Talakai, it was Britton Nakora and Hines. That first half, why didn't we do any of that in the second half?
Yeah,
Fuck,
that
man.
combination
They're
between
so good.
Hines and Nakora is getting much, much better week
Fuck
week
me.
and week.
And we go away from it. Like we just,
Yeah.
oh, we've gotten 2 line breaks and a try from this. Oh yeah, let's go left. Like, it's frustrating, bro. Like
Would you be tempted?
there.
Would you be tempted to get rid of Trindle and put Atkinson
No.
at 5'8"?
I've been a big doubter of Trindle, but his kicking game on that left side has like become very good. It's just our middles need a support for Noah Blake.
Now I'm interested because
Holy fuck.
I was listening to the great Buzz, the Sharks' number one
Here we
fan.
go. Biggest hater.
and he came up with an idea.
Put Hines to fullback.
Put Hines to fullback. I want to know your thoughts on that.
We've been talking about this for fucking years. No. Kennedy does so much for us offensively. The first 3 tries we scored, all Kennedy tip-ons. Like, no. Fuck me.
There you go,
Most
Buzz.
overpaid. Like, and I love Hines. He's one of my favourite, probably my favourite Shark player. He'd be the most overpaid fullback in the league, and that's with the utmost respect. He is a 7. He's a half. Leave him. For the love of God. We have 2 more years on his contract. We can reassess then. We're still finishing top 8. Yes, we're choking the finals, but this is finals footy. Like, you either win or it's not exactly like football where you have a second leg and you either win or you don't, and we haven't come up. So we just got to.
But does that not go down to Hines?
I think it goes down to it's a team effort these days. I feel like a halves job is getting not less and less, but less refined than one it once was. Like the one I like to look at is Tim Smith. How influential was Tim Smith on that Parramatta Eels side?
Yeah,
48 try assists in 1 year or something stupid. I don't think the ball's getting given to the halves that much anymore. I think the edge centers are getting more ball. The wingers are coming off the scrum as a playmaker now. Like you wouldn't have seen that 5-6 years ago. I just think the media need to they won't because it's Fox Sports and they're hungry little dogs. But Hines has been poor. Trindle's been poor. But I think the forward pack is dodging a bullet each and every week.
Yeah.
Look at the difference. Look at what a forward pack does for you in the second half.
Yeah.
22 unanswered points. All off the back of Payne-Haas. No one else.
I think your forwards are
away from Adam Fiddle-Blake.
Like so important. They have been very poor.
So poor.
And they've been inconsistent. Like it's a huge difference when Fiddle-Blake goes off the field.
Mate,
you pick it straight away. It reminds me a lot of Parramatta a couple of years ago when it was Junior Paulo and Regan Campbell-Gillard, and it was night and day what the team was like when they were on the field and when they weren't. It's very similar to the Sharks, I think.
100%.
But when the games are in the balance, I think that's where your halves need to stand up a little bit more.
Yep.
And I think that's where Nico and Trindle have been a little bit disappointing for mine.
Yep.
I think the overall game and the forwards, as we've spoken about in length, they've been disappointing. But and they're not gonna change the game, the halves, if it's blowout. But in these tight games, I think that they could have done a lot more.
Yep.
Especially in that last 20 minutes when the game was there to win, they kind of fell away a bit.
100%. So, yeah, but
just handling those pressure moments. You spoke about finals footy, how the Sharks struggling to win during the finals, and I think it's just those pressure moments that I think Nico struggles with.
They've either got to make a plan, like go one side or the other. It's very choppy and changey. It's like Fitzy is like telling them, like go both sides. When the right side was working in the first half, why the fuck didn't we attack it the second half? We barely went to it.
I like that. I like that play in the first half when Nico ran around the back and it was Trindle passing to Nico. I thought that was brilliant. I thought there should be more of that.
Yeah. We just go away from it. I don't get it.
Yeah. Because they both can play either side of the field, which is one of the Sharks' greatest strength. A lot of teams, they're kind of left side or right side halves.
Mate,
whereas both Trindle and Hines, they just go back and forth, which can be so hard to defend against, but they don't really utilise that. They don't.
I want to say this. Fitzy's getting a bit on me short straw, dude. I'm not. I don't think he adjusts well. We got to this massive lead. I want to know what was said at halftime. Like, mate, you and Nakora are taking the piss out of that left edge.
Yeah.
Like, we went to it once in the second half.
Yeah.
And Nakora dropped the ball. Like, it happens, right?
Yeah.
But he still ran the same hard line. They just jammed him. The ball split out.
Yeah.
I'm just starting to get very frustrated with the lack of adjustments. Because like you saw the Broncos adjusted. Atkinson came off, McInnes went off, and they fucking said, while he's on the field, you could see it. You could literally see the hooker go like this.
Yeah.
Pointing him out in the line. Literally pointing at him. Like, little things like that I don't think we're doing. And it's, Blake Bailey's filling a big void for that at the moment, but it's an 80-minute performance and we're playing 55 minutes every week at the moment.
Yeah.
Especially the last 3 weeks. We're playing 55 minutes. And I had fucking too much to drink and I was very frustrated. Like and I think the curse of that jersey is kicking on. I wore that jersey again, bro.
Well, there you go. You should have learned from your
I'm
mistakes.
gonna watch it. Like if we beat the Storm and I'm not wearing that jersey, it's getting burned. It's getting burned,
The Roosters and the Cowboys, 42-8.
mate.
The Cowboys were poor. The Roosters were great, pretty much. I
Mate.
thought.
The Roosters just middles are fucking consistently getting better
Yeah,
and better and better, bro. Like
Yeah.
they're good. How good are they getting?
very.
Like start of the season, I thought this is the worst forward pack I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Now I'm going, holy fuck, they're consistent. They're
and
good.
they lost Wong early,
Yeah.
and they didn't miss a beat. So Tedesco's been outstanding.
Yep.
They've got young outside backs that are doing their
It's
job.
just that forward pack is just.
Marky Mark's outstanding.
Look what happens when a forward pack goes forward, bro. The halves just
Yeah.
take the piss.
Yeah.
Like they just take the piss, bro.
Sandon Smith's been great. Havala is just getting better and
Savala,
better every
bro,
week.
he's fucking so good.
Yeah. And the Cowboys have been awful, to be honest. Their forward pack's poor. There's no
Yeah.
go forward there. Their halves aren't combining well. They've got Purdue in the halves. He's been dropped back to the centres, which I think is probably for the betterment of the team. Drinkwater's not getting involved. He's not getting any good ball because the forwards aren't going forward. So,
That's the big thing. It was just a forward pack battle.
yeah.
It was a squeeze off.
Yeah.
And the Roosters-
Defensively as well, the Cowboys, they're just so weak at
Yeah.
the moment. Like,
Yeah.
on their own line, it's just a lot of arm grabbing.
I don't get it though because they got such a good unit.
Yeah.
Like
And a couple of weeks ago, they were looking like a genuine top 8 team. They were playing well, and then I don't know what's happened.
it's how good the league is, bro. Teams are just winning like like it's
Yeah.
actually fucking annoying.
Anyway, game of the round, Parramatta get the job done against the Titans, 36-20. What a masterclass that was. Yeah. I thought, to be honest, Parramatta were pretty poor. I just thought the Titans were worse.
I think the defining moment was when Campbell went off.
Yeah.
They just, yeah.
Yeah.
Foreign, I think, is a bit past it.
Mm.
And I mean that with the utmost respect because he's a legend of the game. Kiwi International, this, that. He's done it all. Won comps.
Yeah.
But once he went off, it was night and day. Like they were looking okay. And then Campbell went off with the head knock.
Yeah.
And it was just like, who the fuck is this now? Like,
There was so many errors, so many kind of unforced errors.
yeah.
Defensively, they were quite poor, and yeah, I didn't think Parramatta threw. Like they threw a lot at them, but there was a lot of kind of. I don't know. It wasn't. It wasn't executed brilliantly. Like the things that they were throwing at them, there were a good defensive team would have been able to stop.
I'm liking what Para are doing. They're
throwing
old school footy.
they're throwing the ball around and they're playing really good attacking footy without their halves, both of them. I just thought the execution on a few things could have been better,
Mate.
and I thought defensively they could have been better.
How good's Iongi?
And I think if they were versing any other team, they probably lose this game. I've been really impressed with Parramatta the last 2 weeks. The 2 losses actually against Penrith and against Bulldogs. I thought this was a step back from those 2 performances, even though they got the win. I don't think they were as good in this game.
See, I thought your defense was hectic in my opinion. Like Campbell is a freak. Just ignore what he does because he's 10 times quicker than anyone else. On the field.
I thought there were a few moments in defence that were really poor. That first try that the Titans scored,
Jolliffe, that was bad.
just went straight through the middle. That was awful defence.
Why are you falling for his dummy? That's what.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. What happened there? I know. I thought he was a good. There
were good moments. I just don't think it was a full 80-minute performance.
I'm loving how Iongi's attacking every ball now.
Yeah.
He's
getting better and better every game.
Next season.
He's just got to pick his moments a little bit better, I think.
Yeah.
He's got all the ability. You can see he's got so much class.
Wait till he can play.
He's
mate.
just not quite executing everything.
Yeah.
He's kind of just throwing everything and seeing what sticks. And which is good, it's working.
Yep.
But I think that's the next development of his game. He's obviously 15 games into his
Shane
career.
Lomax couldn't kick 6 for 6 the other fucking night, eh?
Actually, because it's going back on Origin, I've heard of a lot of talk from people that obviously they don't watch much rugby league outside of Origin.
No.
And they're saying, why have we got Lomax kicking? Mate, he's the best kicker in the league. He had an off night.
We got the top 2 kickers.
And it's not like he was shaking them. Like 2 of them hit the post.
Yeah.
You can't get any closer than that. So
They're just casual.
A lot of people are like, oh, how come Crichton's not kicking? How come Latrell's not kicking? Did you see the way Latrell kicked on the weekend? Terrible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That
I know,
annoyed me.
I'm more saying
But-
it from a laughing. I just,
Oh, yeah.
please, Lomax.
Yeah.
You're shooting at 88%.
Yeah,
Please.
but that annoyed. He's one of the best kickers of the game. He had an off night. Don't fucking.
Welcome to supporting
Anyway.
a team that's constantly in the media. Welcome, my friend.
Yeah.
I saw an article going, the elbow that cost New South Wales the series. I said, fuck, we only lost one game. Jesus Christ. Guess
Yeah.
who it was? Fox Sports.
Yeah, but I thought Parramatta were okay. I don't think it was an 80-minute performance. They played well for probably 50 minutes, and the Titans were just not great.
Yeah.
So as you said, Campbell getting sent off or HIA.
Yep. Killed it.
Yeah, changed
No
kind of.
direction.
Yeah, they were pretty poor without him. But anyway,
That's the round it was. Let's
That's the
get
round
through
it
this
was.
week. And, yeah.
yeah,
Panthers Dogs, mate.
what a game this is going to be.
Thursday night.
I'm excited for this.
Usually Thursday nights are
Yeah,
fest.
this will be a good one.
This could be good.
At Combank Stadium, you think the Doggies fans will get up
Mate,
and about
they'll
there.
be travelling down.
Panthers fans won't, but it'll
I'm
probably
going
be.
the Dogs. Yeah. I like this game.
Yeah,
Combank, it's going to be nice.
yeah. A lot of cups on offer here.
Oh.
Got the Crichton Cup, the kick out cup,
The Interchange Cup. Take your Matty Burton.
the Serraldo Cup.
Fucking the centre for the Panthers at the moment. I forget his name. Little
Averillo?
fella. No, the other one. But there's like 30.
Crichton.
There's there's the he won with the grand final on the wing last year. I'm forgetting his name. Alamotti Cup.
Alamotti, yep.
There's everyone, the whole fucking team.
Mm.
So
Lot to play for.
I'm going the Dogs.
Yeah,
I like Sexton being named.
Yeah.
I was very thrilled.
The Dogs are pretty much at full strength.
Yeah.
Galvin on the bench.
Yep.
Panthers also pretty much at full strength, so it'll be really good.
See, look at Serrano. He's got some common sense. See that?
Mm.
The 7 that's been working for the first 15 rounds. Let's continue with him.
Yeah, I like that.
It's amazing how like a good coach changes a fucking team, isn't it?
I'm going to go the Panthers.
Yeah.
I like the Panthers. I like what they did last week, and with all their Origin players back, they'll be ready to go. They've got a lot to play for. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be a good game. I'm keen for this one.
Seagulls versus West Tigers at 4 Pines Friday night, 6 p.m.
Yeah, I think this will be another good game, actually.
I said I wasn't going to tip the Eagles for 2 weeks, and I'm going to stick by my word regardless of what I think of the Tigers. I'm going the Tigers.
I'm going the Seagulls.
Oh, God, this is a shit game.
At Brookie, Caller at fullback. Lehigh Hopewade at fullback, which I really like.
Yep.
Tom Travojevic in the centres, Garrick on the wing. I like that. I think that's going to work really well. And Tigers are shit, so
Wow. Wow.
that's my
Fair enough.
That's my analysis.
Newcastle versus the Raiders at McDonald Jones, which has not been a fortress for them this year. So,
No.
and based just off that, I'm going to go the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm going the Raiders. I think they'll get a good crowd to it after their win last week. I
Surely.
think the locals will be ready to go.
Yep.
But I think
Best is back, so that's good.
yeah,
He's backing up.
Yeah.
Happy for that.
But I think the Raiders will be too strong here.
Yep. Broncos versus Warriors at Suncorp, I believe. This one is tough. Was Metcalf named?
Yes, but there's still doubt whether he plays.
If there's doubt, I'm going to go the Broncos. If there's no doubt, I'll reassess. But I'm going to stick with the Broncos for now.
Yeah, look, it's a Warriors game in Australia, so I'm going to tip the Warriors.
Wow.
Yep,
The reverse.
You've heard it. You've heard it here first.
Warriors, 2 weeks in a row. I'm sorry. If you lose, come to the podcast. Give me a yelp.
I'm still not convinced with Brisbane. I thought they weren't that good against the Sharks. I just thought the Sharks were shit.
Battle of two halves. Take your pick.
Yeah, I still thought even that second half, like apart from Haas,
And Carrigan.
Carrigan was all right.
He was good.
It was mainly Haas. I didn't think
Oh, trust me, I know.
I didn't think they would get that good outside of him. So I think the Warriors will be up for that. They'll be with their forward pack. I think they'll be much better than what the Sharks had to offer with their forward pack.
Yep.
And
Oh,
I
fucking
think
oath.
coming off a loss against Penrith, the game that they expected to win, I think they'll be ready to go. And they're fighting for a spot in the top four too. Like
Yep.
Broncos are fifth, Warriors are fourth.
on.
It's a big game for them. If they win this, it puts that little bit more breathing space between them. So yeah, I'm going the Warriors.
Yep. Like it. Dragons Eels at Wynn Stadium.
Yeah, game of the week.
I checked the Dragons team list, and I'm firmly with the And I'm not even saying this to rev you up. I'm picking the Eels with fucking 106% confidence.
106.
Have you checked the team list for the Dragons?
No.
They've dropped some fucking young guns, and I am
What's the old?
shocked.
It's the old Clint Gutherson Cup.
Have a look at the team.
Lomax Cup.
Have a look at this, and you'll see what I mean.
The Daniel Alvaro Cup.
What a legend. Piggy Riddell Cup.
Yeah.
Just have a look. Have a look at his drop.
What, Sloan and Silly?
The young big forward off the bench. Lockhart Pacifica Tonga. Blake Laurie.
Nah.
I'm picking the Eels by fucking murder.
I'm going the Eels. I think they probably win.
They're going to kill them.
I think Lomax is in for a big game, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be competitive. I think it's going to be...
Lomax against Allen.
Yeah.
God.
I think Gutho will be up for it. He's going to put in a big performance.
Tuapolotu's
back.
See, I think he might be rushed back, I think that Hemi could still cause him a bit of grief.
Yeah. Yeah. Parramatta, they've lost Riley Smith, which is a big out, I think. He's been enormous for Parramatta. Will Penasini is out as well. So Sam Rani goes into the centres, which
shot.
Yeah. I thought Riley Smith was a bit unlucky.
Yeah, I think he was a bit unlucky.
But Penasini probably deserves what he got. So
he just wanted the week off, dude.
Yeah. Wanted a rest. Dylan Brown is back as well, which, to be honest, I don't know if that makes that much difference.
Jack Williams is going to run circles around Emre Wooler.
Yeah, I'm going Parramatta, but I'm not confident about it. I don't like your confidence.
I do. I don't like the Dragons, dude, and I'm a big Dragon hater. Dolphins versus Rabbits at Suncorp Stadium.
The Wayne Bennett Cup.
Rabbits are 16.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's what happens when they keep losing.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Yeah, you go down the ladder, mate. That's where Sharks will end up soon if they keep losing.
No, mate, we're not down with you yet. We'll get there. Give us a couple of weeks. This week will be a bad one.
I'm going to go the Dolphins. I think they turned things around after last week.
See, I'm going the Rabbits.
Wow.
I like what they showed last week.
A lot of ins for the Rabbits, actually. Campbell Graham's back.
He's half the reason I pick him.
Pete Marmazoulis, he's back on the bench.
I like their depth. They got some depth back.
Cody Walker, he's back. So Bostock out.
Sullivan's in.
I'm going the Dolphins. Up at Suncorp, I think they get the job done.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. Sharks v fucking Storm at Amy Park. This will be Storm by 34.
I'll go Storm by 36.
This is going to be miserable.
Yeah.
Proper miserable.
Look, if Sharks can show up, this will be a really good game. But the way they played the last probably month...
There is no chance our forwards are going to show up against
To be fair, though, the last time they played well was probably against the Storm. And you've always said they fire up for these big games.
Last week was a big game.
Was it?
I don't know. Yep, it was. We're going to get fucking...
Yeah. I'm going
bashed.
the Storm. You always win at Amy Park, though, for some reason.
No, I think it's going to be a bashing.
Yeah. So do I.
Titans v Cowboys. Holy fuck. Oh, God.
Jesus.
What a game to... What a game to finish on.
It's a good time to have your Sunday siesta, I reckon. Sunday, 4 o'clock.
Holy shit, that's miserable.
I'm going to go the Cowboys. I think, based on what I saw from the Titans last week, they were shit. So
who's their halves? Can you check who the Titans' halves are for me?
Weaver and the other guy.
Foreign. I'm going to tip the Titans. I don't know with either. I don't know, bro.
So Desi's hair, he gets you again.
We'll go through them quickly. Panthers, Bulldogs. I'm going Dogs.
I'm going Panthers.
Seagulls, West Tigers. I'm going the Tigers.
I'm going Manly.
Knights, Raiders. I'm going the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm going the Stickies.
Broncos, Wars. I'm going the Bronx.
I'm going the Wars.
Dragons, Eels. I'm on the Eel train.
I am all aboard as well.
All aboard. Dolphins, Rabbits. I'm on the Rabbit Stew.
Rabbit Stew. I'm on the Dolphin fin soup.
The fin soup. The Storm versus the Lion. I'm going the Storm.
I'm going the Storm.
Titans versus the Cowboys in an absolute fucking ripper. I'm going the Titans.
I'm going Cows. Couple of changes
What a
this
game!
week.
What a game to
a
finish on.
little bit of variety
We
there.
never
I
really
like
tipped
that.
the same, eh?
Yeah.
Because I just tipped the fucking weirdos.
Yeah, we all kind of go with a little bit of upsets, so it's good.
I don't think can you even call this year an upset anymore? It's just like
I feel like both teams are just
one
like
team
even
just
chance.
wins.
Yeah,
like I wouldn't be at all shocked if fucking Panthers won 32-2.
I feel like if you pick the upset, like if you bet on the upset every game, you'd be well in front.
Yeah. Any more talking points for this week?
No.
We had some cricket between India and England.
Yes.
India can't catch.
Yeah. Shiraz got angry. That was funny.
Rishabh Pant threw a ball towards an umpire
Yeah.
after he wouldn't change it. That was also quite funny.
He scored 100 and then did a cartwheel.
I didn't know the big man could
What
do
was the
that.
go- what was the
I
go
didn't
with
know
that?
thick little bastard could.
Yeah.
I have respect it, eh?
I like it, but
My favourite.
he's got to commit to it now.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see every time he scores
Every
100.
time.
Like,
I don't care if he's added on 30 more kilos.
Yeah.
Get up. My boy KL Rahul scored 100. I like him. The mullet, the Mo combo. And we got the West Indies in 2 days.
2 days is it? Jeez.
Marnus got dropped.
Yes.
And
What do you make of that?
look, I thought it was unfair considering he was probably our third best player when it came to batting
Yeah.
against South Africa.
I thought he batted quite well. He made the starts when it was tough to do so.
I thought.
And then just got himself out.
I think this might be the retirement tour for Usman.
I think so. Oh,
I don't know if he gets selected for the Ashes now with the sudden changes of Marnus. It's like
who do you pick? There's no openers going
Josh
around.
English got picked and Sam Constas got picked to replace both Smith and Marnus.
Yeah.
I think Constance will open because that's probably an opener
obviously.
of the future.
Yep. English will bat 4
English will bat
or 5, 6.
4 or 5 and they might bump up Head. Who knows?
Cam Green, what do they do with him?
I'm hoping
Or do you
that
put
was...
Inglis at 3?
I was hoping that was ring rust. I'm really hoping that was a bit of baggy green fever because fuck me, that was not pretty.
Yeah.
That might have been the unprettiest return of any cricketer.
I'd like to see him given another couple of... I'd like to give him this series at number 3
Yep.
because I think for the future he's still probably our best bat. Like
Now I have a wild card and I think you'll like my wild card.
I hope
He bats for the Grey Nicks.
I like
He's
where you're going.
He's a touch bit taller
Yeah.
than most.
I was looking at him too. Not cricket related. I was just
Curtis Pattinson.
Yeah.
You can't. He's knocking.
Yeah.
And he's been knocking.
And he's a genuine number 3. Parramatta.
Jesus.
Hey, you
The
can,
left centre. Biggest left centre of all time.
we need some second rows.
Bit of Ben Pomeroy about him.
More of a Sean Lane, I reckon.
Yeah, no, he's not that bad. Don't be like that. Come on now. Curtis is sneaking.
But Australia's crying out for a number 3.
With experience.
He's a genuine number 3.
Yep.
With a decent test average of 144, I think.
It's not
so
bad.
It's all right.
Not as good as Marnus is 35. Yeah, I'm liking the Curtis idea for a long term. If he's firing coming towards the Ashes and someone in that top 5's not,
Yep.
I want the best available against the Ashes.
I've
for
heard
the
a
Ashes.
bit of talk about Head at 3. I don't like it.
I hate Head at 3.
Yeah. I want him at 5.
I want Head anywhere, but like cricket related, I think I want him at 5 just because if we're on the back foot, we're 3 for fuck all.
Yeah.
He comes in and either takes a big ton or he's out for 6.
Mm.
I'd rather that any day of the week than him looking so fragile with an outswinging ball.
Yeah.
That Duke is going to be swinging. We
He
know
will
that
be.
for a fact.
Swings.
And,
Roundabouts.
Curtis is very good with the swing. So
Plays it late.
just mate. Usman, pretty much the top 3 should be eyes on a swivel sort of stuff.
I think Usman gets this series and
Depending-
provided he scores a couple of runs, I think he gets the Ashes.
I hope so for his sake. Because I love him.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's been a great servant for us.
I can't see him going past the Ashes, though. I think the Ashes is his last
I think
hurrah.
he'll get tapped on the shoulder
Yeah.
pre-series saying, look, we're probably not going to pick you.
Yeah.
We'll leave it up to you how you want to address it.
Yeah.
Do you want it pretty or do you want us to...
Yeah.
We're going to drop him.
Yeah.
Fox Sports, drop. Cricket.com.au dropped.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it to you. I'm with you. I like Josh English. I can't now. I'm fucking it up. My boy Josh. I like him being in and around that squad now.
Yeah.
I think he's been a very good bat. All forms.
I don't think there's a spot for him at full strength, though.
No.
I can't find a spot for
I
him.
think he's that next man up. I think he's like the Phil Hughes.
The only spot that I could find for him is as an opener.
Yep.
But I don't think I think they're pretty reluctant to put him in as an opener.
You don't want him and Constance together. That's too much.
Yeah, especially for the Ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially
I think you need Osman to start the Ashes, just that little bit of experience.
I hope Bashir gets picked. Fucking hell, Head's going to average 900 against Bashir. He bowls pies.
He does.
Holy shit.
They all do.
Sorry, Bashir. No, tongue's all right. I like my tonguey.
Yeah.
Bit of tongue action.
He's got a bit of Jimmy Anderson about him.
Yeah, he's got that look. It's just a look.
Yeah, it's a look.
Shit haircut.
Yeah.
Shit bloke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of shit blokes, Shiraz, he was giving blokes send-offs. He was
Shock.
misfielding balls.
Oh, but
then
he's a really
blaming
nice
everyone
guy off the
else.
field. I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck.
I'm sure he is.
So people tell me that about Warner. I don't give a shit. I've seen him get bowled out by a 49-year-old Dwayne, what's his name, Russell? The West Indian.
Yeah.
Russell's bowling him out at 120 clicks in the MLS,
There you go. That's back on, isn't it?
MLC or whatever.
That's back on. The Orcas, they're going around again.
Yeah, they're having a crack.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our thoughts. Go the Aussies.
It was Channel 7 actually. They've got the rights to the
They've
MLS
learnt-
for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't
They
know
got the
why.
rights for the fucking that,
Yeah.
but not like a
Strange.
nation's soccer team or
Yeah.
any,
I don't think there's anyone really tuning into the MLS just quietly, but anyway.
have you?
No.
I haven't. That just paints your picture.
Smith's playing.
Even with his broken finger.
No, when he comes back. I think
Okay.
it's after the West Indies tour. There's like 2 games where he's playing.
The Freedoms, mate. The
For-
Washington Freedoms need
yeah,
him.
yeah.
So,
Big freedom guy.
yeah.
Speaking of freedom, Trumpy, he's been in the news.
Yeah,
The land of the free.
the old ceasefire. That's not really a ceasefire,
Dropped a couple bombs.
but he's called it a ceasefire, which is wild to me. Just be honest, mate. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you want to get through
I,
your crypto?
I love what he's doing in the press conference. That someone asked him like, what's he going to do? He's like, oh, I don't know. No one knows what I'm going to do today.
I don't think he does either.
I think that's what he said. He's like, I don't even know.
I'll figure it out then.
Hey.
He's like, I'll figure it out then.
Yeah,
when it
that's
comes to that. Do you want to do your Bitcoin update?
Yes,
Before we wrap this up.
Yes, people are.
Because we gotta get through this super coach.
Oh yeah, there's another one to go, isn't there?
Otherwise, we'll be here till too late.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry.
Hello, hungry.
What do I do on Bitcoin?
Trumpy's not a very nice man, is he?
Oh, bit harsh. He's a friend of the show.
There's a
Trumpy.
ceasefire, but only after I've threatened to drop 65 more bombs on
We-
Ukraine.
Yeah. Well, mate, he gets.
And the way he started it, good morning, everybody. You're like, mate,
Good morning, Mr.
cut to the chase, mate. We know you're on Twitter. Just cut to it. Like, you're struggling to find your happy, mate. I think the fucking
I'm on
the
struggle
hard raid's
streak.
got him.
I need another one.
It's got him.
Now, oh fuck, it's a lot of. Don't like that graph.
lot of red.
It's going down that graph. Well, the Dogecoin, there's some green in there.
Not much.
We're at $38.64.
I reckon by episode 200, you might be at like $4. You could be cooked.
Yeah, I don't think I'm making it to episode 200. I think I'll be fucking
Don't you say
dead.
it. You got anything else you want to add before we wrap this up?
Go
the Eels.
Go the Eels. They're on a roll here. I'll tell you what, the Eels, 2 wins out of the top 8 here. They're
Everyone's 2 wins out of the top 8. That's how
That's
fucking
it.
crazy this is.
It's
eh?
insane. It's insane.
I love it. Like, it's just good.
Yeah,
Up the Eels.
go the Eels.
I really let the Dragons lose. I don't know. I just hate them, 1. And 2, with the whole Flanagan drama. I actually have a quick one.
Oh yes.
Flanagan, Kyle,
Yeah.
variant of the Flanagans.
Yep.
Shane, father, son. Do you
Holy
think
Spirit.
they... Do you think they've signed Dan This is a wild theory that I want your quick take on.
Yep.
There's a theory going around that he signed Dan Atkinson to almost guarantee Kyle the starting spot. Because Dan is technically a 6.
Yeah.
The only other 7 is Ilias. I've seen that yarn and I've been thinking about it. And Dragons fans have been very vocal the last 2 weeks about this especially.
But how does signing him guarantee his spot
Because
more than what they would have now?
Because Daddy Flanagan, I think, is going to use that as a safety net. He's a 6, so I can't select him at 7. I can't move
So if they're
Kyle.
losing the games and they need to change their halves, they'd be like, well, there's only one option.
There's only Ilias and Kyle, but we're going to keep going with Kyle.
Ilias has been playing well.
Mate, he's
in
been
reserve
fucking
grade.
killing it.
So-
Anyways, that was just my theory. Dragons fans, let me know. Jean-Claude, I love your work. Keep it going.
Yeah.
That guy's hilarious. The Lebanese guy that talks shit about his own team. Awesome.
There you go.
Anyways, see yous.
Yeah.